If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Clothes make the man. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. The fact that man knows right from wrong proves his intellectual superiority to the other creatures, but the fact that he can do wrong proves his moral inferiority to any creatures that cannot. Thunder is good, thunder is impressive, but it is lightning that does the work. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. The man who is a pessimist before 48 knows too much. If he is an optimist after it, he knows too little. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. Loyalty to country always. Loyalty to government, when it deserves it. Worrying is like paying a debt you don't owe. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. There are basically two types of people. People who accomplish things, and people who claim to have accomplished things. The first group is less crowded. Life is short, break the rules. Forgive quickly, kiss slowly. Love truly. Laugh uncontrollably and never regret anything that makes you smile. Mark Twain. Man will do many things to get himself loved. He will do all things to get himself envied. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence, and then success is sure. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. Don't go around saying the world owes you a living. The world owes you nothing. It was here first. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you, too, can become great. Name the greatest of all inventors. Accident. Give every day the chance to become the most beautiful day of your life. Never put off till tomorrow what may be done day after tomorrow just as well. Always do what is right. It will gratify half of mankind and astound the other. Age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. I do not wish any reward but to know I have done the right thing. Obscurity and incompetence, that is the life that is best worth living. The best way to cheer yourself is to try to cheer someone else up. If you want love in abundance in your life, give it away. The worst loneliness is to not be comfortable with yourself. Distance lends enchantment to the view. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone, you may still exist, but you have ceased to live. Substitute damn every time you're inclined to write very. Your editor will delete it and the writing will be just as it should be. The right word may be effective, but no word was ever as effective as a rightly timed pause. Ignorant people think it is the noise which fighting cats make that is so aggravating, but it ain't so, it is the sickening grammar that they use. Don't say the old lady screamed. Bring her on and let her scream. There is no such thing as a new idea. It is impossible. We simply take a lot of old ideas and put them into a sort of mental kaleidoscope. We give them a turn and they make new and curious combinations. I didn't have time to write a short letter, so I wrote a long one instead. I did not attend his funeral, but I sent a nice letter saying I approved of it. Write what you know. Writing is easy. All you have to do is cross out the wrong words. A man who is not born with a novel-writing gift has a troublesome time of it when he tries to build a novel. My books are water, those of the great geniuses is wine. Everybody drinks water. In a good bookroom you feel in some mysterious way that you are absorbing the wisdom contained in all the books through your skin, without even opening them. When I am king they shall not have bread and shelter only, but also teachings out of books, for a full belly is little worth where the mind is starved. I was educated once, it took me years to get over it. A person who won't read has no advantage over one who can't read. Classic, a book which people praise and don't read. If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you read the newspaper, you're misinformed. Education, the path from cocky ignorance to miserable uncertainty. A successful book is not made of what is in it, but what is left out of it. In the first place, God made idiots. That was for practice. Then he made school boards. I take my only exercise acting as a pallbearer at the funerals of my friends who exercise regularly. Good friends, good books and a sleepy conscience, this is the ideal life. To get the full value of joy you must have someone to divide it with. It's easy to make friends, but hard to get rid of them. It takes your enemy and your friend, working together, to hurt you to the heart, the one to slander you and the other to get the news to you. The trouble is not in dying for a friend, but in finding a friend worth dying for. When a man loves cats, I am his friend and comrade, without further introduction. But who prays for Satan? Who in 18 centuries, has had the common humanity to pray for the one sinner that needed it most, our one fellow and brother who most needed a friend yet had not a single one? It liberates the vandal to travel. You never saw a bigoted, opinionated, stubborn, narrow-minded, self-conceited, almighty mean man in your life, but he had stuck in one place since he was born and thought God made the world and dyspepsia and bile for his especial comfort and satisfaction. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. One must travel, to learn. Every day, now, old scriptural phrases that never possessed any significance for me before, take to themselves a meaning. 20 years from now you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor. There is no unhappiness like the misery of sighting land, and work, again after a cheerful, careless voyage. Travel has no longer any charm for me. I have seen all the foreign countries I want to except heaven and hell, and I have only a vague curiosity about one of those. I can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. I have found out that there ain't no surer way to find out whether you like people or hate them than to travel with them. Catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore. Dream. Discover. I am an old man and have known a great many troubles, but most of them have never happened. Never argue with a fool. Onlookers may not be able to tell the difference. Eat a live frog first thing in the morning and nothing worse will happen to you the rest of the day. Just the omission of Jane Austen's books alone would make a fairly good library out of a library that hadn't a book in it. I was gratified to be able to answer promptly, and I did. I said I didn't know. If man could be crossed with the cat it would improve the man, but it would deteriorate the cat. I've had a lot of worries in my life, most of which never happened. Never argue with stupid people, they will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. Get your facts first, and then you can distort them as much as you please. Be careful about reading health books. You may die of a misprint. God created war so that Americans would learn geography. It's better to keep your mouth shut and appear stupid than open it and remove all doubt. Training is everything. The peach was once a bitter almond, cauliflower is nothing but cabbage with a college education. If voting made any difference they wouldn't let us do it. Comparison is the death of joy. The most interesting information come from children, for they tell all they know and then stop. The easy confidence with which I know another man's religion is folly teaches me to suspect that my own is also. When red-headed people are above a certain social grade their hair is auburn. I do not fear death. I had been dead for billions and billions of years before I was born, and had not suffered the slightest inconvenience from it. Of all the animals, man is the only one that is cruel. He is the only one that inflicts pain for the pleasure of doing it. If animals could speak, the dog would be a blundering outspoken fellow, but the cat would have the rare grace of never saying a word too much. There isn't time, so brief is life, for bickerings, apologies, heartburnings, callings to account. There is only time for loving, and but an instant, so to speak, for that. Against the assault of laughter, nothing can stand. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Truth is the most valuable thing we have. Let us economize it. The only way to keep your health is to eat what you don't want, drink what you don't like, and do what you'd rather not. It's spring fever. That is what the name of it is. And when you've got it, you want, oh, you don't quite know what it is you do want, but it just fairly makes your heart ache, you want it so. The lack of money is the root of all evil. If you pick up a starving dog and make him prosperous, he will not bite you. This is the principal difference between a dog and man. A half-truth is the most cowardly of lies. Patriotism is supporting your country all the time, and your government when it deserves it. All generalizations are false, including this one.